Spacehog with In the Meantime, huge debut single. But can anyone name their second single? No? Well, it was called Cruel to Be Kind, but don't feel bad if you don't know that because nobody outside the band really does. There were 4 more singles and 2 more albums, and again, don't feel bad if you can't name any of them. Whatever happened to Spacehog? Well, the band broke up in 2001. 3 years later, Royston Langdon, the singer, married Liv Tyler, the actress. They had a child before divorcing in 2008. There were several other bands, none of which amounted to much. Anthony Langdon, Royston's brother, can be seen in that weird Joaquin Phoenix film, I'm Still Here, and Brother Royston wrote one of the songs for the movie. And now, so I hear, Spacehog is back together, so maybe they'll do better this time. Back in a second with a look back to 1980.
More of The Secret History of Rock coming up. Back to The Secret History of Rock with Alan Cross.
This week I want to review what happened in 1980. That was the year when the Canadian Embassy helped some American diplomats escape Iran. Our man, Ambassador Ken Taylor, was a big hero for that. The Americans won the gold medal in hockey at the Olympics in Lake Placid, New York, the whole Miracle on Ice thing. As far as your GPS is concerned, January 6, 1980 is the beginning of the universe. All the clocks and all the satellites can't go back further than midnight on that date. And it was on June 1st, 1980, that a new network launched. But it was bound to fail, they all said. I mean, who would want to watch the news 24 hours a day? But CNN, still here, last time I checked. In music, Joy Division singer Ian Curtis hung himself in his kitchen on May 18th, 1980. The rest of the band would later regroup as New Order. In September, Led Zeppelin drummer John Paul Jones was found dead after a drinking binge. Zeppelin would soon break up. Darby Crash, the singer for a fierce LA punk band called The Germs, died of a drug overdose. But he had the misfortune of doing it on December the 7th, one day before Mark David Chapman shot John Lennon. Everybody remembers that. No one remembers Darby. March 8th, 1980. That was the start of the first ever rock festival in the USSR. It was called Spring Rhythms, held in Tbilisi in Georgia. But don't worry about who played, just a bunch of Soviet bands. But it was a start. Rock was starting to break down some barriers in the USSR. Later that spring, Peter Gabriel released his third album, which, like the first two, was called Peter Gabriel. But because people needed some way to tell them apart, this album is often referred to as Melt, because Peter's face on the cover seems to be melting away. Not a lot of people know this, but this song took its title from, of all things, a European game show where contestants dressed up in stupid costumes like orange latex suits and competed against each other in dumb contests, kind of like those weird Japanese game shows that everybody is copying today. Gives you a bit of a different perspective on the song, doesn't it? Even with the references to Hitler and Mao.